Good morning, Reds. Welcome back to the voice of football's most famous stand, the Kop TV. This is episode 109 of the podcast Hot Kopics that we bring to you every single week to keep you updated with the hottest topics within the Liverpool world. The second week in a row, I'm coming here with deflated energy. I can't lie. And if you look to my left, you will see the one and only Yungen. Absolute pleasure to have you on the channel for the first time. Beautiful to see you here. And guys, make sure you smash that like button. I know you're upset. I know you're feeling it, right? But this is a safe space. Two Liverpool fans just shooting the shit, talking about the game yesterday, and looking back on the week from hell, if I'm honest, bro.
The week from hell is a perfect way to put it, man.
And who knows what kind of week we've got coming up as well. So before we get into it, as I said, make sure you're subscribing to the Kop TV. Go and follow Yungen if you haven't already. He's active on the football content space. He's on Five a lot. Must be getting it from all angles with Rio and Flex and Joel. And
I'm over there just trying to back us, man. There's a lot of slating going on over there, but I'm not looking forward to passing through this week. I'll tell you that.
Well, listen, that's why I've invited you down to here, because two Liverpool fans, we've got the guys at home watching, and we can really talk about what's good. We might as well just jump straight into it then. I mean, listen, when I say the week from hell, you know, we look at the last week, the last 8 days, a little bit before that. We'll go a little bit before that to the 17th of March. It's pretty much been a mixed month, but 17th of March, we lose in dramatic fashion, as we know, to United in the FA Cup. But then we almost pick things back up again. We beat Brighton at home, which we haven't done for a long time. We beat Sheffield United at home. And then we go to Old Trafford again. And in my opinion, we should have won that game. We're in control of it. We bottle the lead. It's 2-2. And then we lose 3-0 at home to Atalanta. And then 1-0 at home to Palace. We can call it the week from hell because, you know, I think we've had 68 shots and scored 2 goals. 66 big chances that we've missed. Nunes has had 26 big chances that he's missed. Is it all over, or is it just a week from hell that can turn into a week from heaven maybe? Or are you feeling how I'm feeling, and presumably how everyone at home's feeling? Just kind of sum up what's gone on recently.
Well, first of all, I was actually looking forward to coming here today. Last week, I didn't think we would be sitting here talking about this. I thought we would be top of the league. But yeah, I think something crazy in me, very crazy in me, probably a Liverpool fan in me, thinks it ain't over. I don't know if that's hope. I don't know if I'm praying for the fairy tale end for Klopp. But I think there's another twist. But I think it's down to us. I think we have to win all the rest of these games for the season. Whether we do it or not, we got some hard away games. I don't know. But yeah, it was a terrible week. Terrible week.
I mean, that's
terrible.
That's not even the word for it, bro. I mean, to lose 3-0, and let's not forget, we're all booking hotels in Dublin. We're booking flights. Man are getting ferries.
Yeah.
We're looking at all the nice places we can go to in Dublin.
It's so crazy. Sorry to cut you. I'm going on holiday that week.
Oh God.
And I was like, I'm going to Jamaica.
Beautiful.
And I was like, I can't go Jamaica until the Europa final's done. So I'm moving around my holiday because I'm like,
man.
I'm going, man. Guys, I'm going, man. I need some sun, man. I need some sun after this
I was
season.
in Jamaica last year. Sensational. Beautiful. A lot of Liverpool fans. I actually bumped into a lot there. So you'll have a great time. But let's talk about yesterday. 1-0 home defeat to Crystal Palace. Eze with the goal, 14 minutes in. If you look at the stats, and again, I almost don't want to look at the stats, but it makes me even more upset and angry. But there was 21 shots, 6 on target, 70% possession, 725 passes. That's got to be a record, surely, at Anfield. 10 fouls. The offsides are starting to really piss me off. I don't know about you, but it's like Salah and Nunes are just born offside at the minute. Yeah. But as much as we can criticise Liverpool for not showing up in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net, I hate to say it, but you've got to give Palace the credit because they did the Atalanta blueprint. They scored fairly early
100%.
And, you know, just held it down.
It's crazy because Palace started how I thought we should have started.
Yeah, it's like we were the away team.
Yeah, like they was bopping us about. I was like, wait. I think the first minute Eze had a shot on target and I was like, what's going on here? Like, and I thought the fans were going to get up for it, and I thought, okay, cool, we're just going to kick on now. Then we concede, and I'm like, Liverpool, come on, man. Okay, cool, we're doing a comeback thing this season. All right, cool. We get through the game, and I'm like, it's not coming. We're missing some chances that any other day we put in the back of the net. And yeah, man, I don't know. It really was a nightmare. The stats don't even do the game justice. Like, we never looked like scoring. That was the reality.
Well, we did until we didn't. I mean, I've never seen us. Let's go through it chronologically. I mean, the Endo hitting the bar.
Yeah.
Slices off his foot, you know, from 3 yards out. You've got the Nunes miss right towards the end of the game. The Jota miss. Salah keeps missing.
The Jota one, it's so mad. In commentary, they was like, you want these chances to fall to Jota. The chance falls to Jota right at the keeper, and I'm just like, that's when I knew. I said, yeah, this ain't our day.
The Curtis one for me, that's when I mean, we were watching it on here, and I'm going, Curtis Jones for Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know, and the commentator almost builds it up as if to say it's going to go in. Here he is, running through on goal. Oh, he's missed. And it wasn't even on target.
Yeah.
That's when I knew there's no goal.
It's like we're feeling the pressure, man. And what makes it 10 times worse is Arsenal go and lose. And that's what makes it 10 times worse.
We should really be sitting here right now with the biggest smiles on our faces.
Top of the league.
Saying, top of the league, hold that, Gunners.
Exactly.
And we had the chance. I mean, the egg's on their face. 'Cause I've seen a video of them in the concourse celebrating when Liverpool lost yesterday.
My phone, literally, hot. When we lost, Arsenal fans galore. And I'm like, guys, you guys are playing now, you know. It's not an easy fixture. But I was happy they lost. But after the game, I felt worse.
You're annoyed.
Because I'm like, come on, guys, man. Palace at home. That should have been a 3-4-0. Like, no disrespect to Palace, but come on, man.
So when you look at the table right now, Yungen, it doesn't look good. Man City, top of the league. 73 points, 3 wins in 5 after a little bit of a spell where they drew 2 in a row. But bro, it's 2 wins in 5 for Liverpool now. It's no win in 3. It's 3 away games now to come against Fulham, Everton and West Ham. 3 places. Listen, Fulham just beat West Ham away yesterday 2-0. Everton, as we know, we don't really do that well at Goodison away. And West Ham is a mixed bag as well. We lost there last year.
And you know, Everton all they care about is stopping our party, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, and they've got stuff to fight for right now as well. So Fulham look decent. They look very decent. Obviously, we beat them the other day, but in the Carabao Cup. But I just
different though, isn't it?
It's different, man. And I don't know how the boys are feeling, man. I'm very interested to see what team we put out midweek as well.
Well, so this was my next question. Obviously, that was the week from hell, right? And we can move on from losing to Atalanta, which I don't even want to talk about anymore because now we've got to look ahead. But it's Monday today. Thursday, we go to Bergamo to Atalanta away. We're 3-0 down from the first leg. There's going to be 650 odd fans for Liverpool flying out. There's very limited away seating at that, much like Sparta Prague. Yeah. If there's a little bit of hope in me, it says, well, listen, we went to Sparta Prague and I was there a month ago. Yeah. They were unbeaten at home in all competitions, right? And we turn up and we pump them 6-1. Now, it would be interesting to see who would win, Atalanta or Sparta Prague. I don't want to compare them too much. Different leagues. Yeah. You know, one's in the Czech league, one's in the Italian league. Yeah. But does that give you any hope? Or is this now just see what happens? I mean, let's not forget this could be Jurgen Klopp's last ever European game for Liverpool. Yeah. What's the game? What should the game plan be now on Thursday?
Do you know what? In a weird way, I think the fact that we got beat 3-0, I feel like it kind of takes a bit of pressure off because it was such a beating. Like we're written off, we're out to everybody. Right. So I think if we go there with no pressure, we know what Liverpool can do. European nights,
we can do it.
We know what we can do. I think we should play a strong team. I think we should go for it. Like because I think if we win that and turn that around, we can turn it all around. I think if we win that, no, honestly, I feel like if we win that and turn that around 3-0 down away from home, we go on the weekend to Fulham, they're going to be up for it. They have to be up for it.
It's
my hope. It's my hope,
bro. If they score one, and do you know what? Thank God away goals aren't a thing anymore. I've been clamouring for them to come back.
Same.
And then we got pumped 3-0 at home in Europe. I'm like, thank God they're not there now. So let's try and play out the game, right? Because we've beaten Barcelona 4-0, but we were at Anfield. We had that factor. Going away now. I mean, they're no mugs. They beat Napoli 3-0 away a couple of weeks ago. They're 5th, 6th in Serie A. But let me try and play out a scenario, right? And again, there's a few things that could happen, but we're 2-0 up first 15 minutes, right? We're on them, all right? They're rattled. They don't know what to do, what's hit them. We go 3-0 up. At that point, let's say we're 3-0 up at half time, right? We've been there and done it before in Europe. By the way, this isn't the Champions League, it's the Europa League. So if anything, we've done way harder than this before.
Of course.
But if we're 3-0 up at half time and it's 3-0 on the night, knowing that there's a potential of extra time, there's a potential of penalties, we've got to go Fulham away a couple of days later. There's so many potential scenarios. They could score first, but we could be 3-0 up. What do you think is going to happen? Because I can't call it, bro. There's too much up in the air, because if they score first, which, let's be honest, a lot of teams have done against us this season, we've not kept many clean sheets. Me personally, I'm putting a 10% chance on it on Thursday that we can actually turn it around and go through, whether that's 90 minutes extra time, pens. What do you think, chance wise?
I think you got to be in the 10% region.
You got to have double figures.
Yeah, you got to be in the 10% region, because with Liverpool, I think anyone else is ruling us out completely. Do you know what? I didn't even think of it as the breakdown you put it. I was going 3-0, and I feel like if we went to 3-0, I think that's when the pressure hits. I think we score 3 goals.
We're capable.
Yeah, but when we get to level, and it's like, okay, cool, we're in this now. We're back in this. I don't know, man. Like I said, I think I've been saying all week. I feel like we're trying to make the documentary entertaining.
Oh, I forgot they were filming.
Yeah, I think we're trying to make the documentary entertaining. I think I'm being hopeful. Realistically, Atlanta ain't got to do much.
If they score one,
they've got to score a goal. It depends.
It's got to be, bro.
It depends if they score first or not.
Let's say they score first 10 minutes. We'd have to score 5 on the night to even avoid extra time. So you know, I like how I'm being a realist here,
and I'm being deluded.
I'm being
deluded.
Well, because don't rule us out. I'm putting a 10 on it, bro.
I think if they score first, I think it's over. I think we have to come out the blocks flying. We have to start sharp. We have to. I don't know, man. But then even like I was saying, start a strong team. Who do you play?
Trent's got to start.
Trent has to start.
Bradley's, it's horrible to see that injury yesterday. That looks like he's out for the season.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all.
That's a roll. That's a big ligament damage. But
Trent looked sharp when he came on, though.
He did, but there was a couple of opportunities to spray it, and I think he's clipped it into their players and not really sprinted back too much. The rustiness will be there. He almost was thrown in a little bit too early. I think if we had the choice, we would have chucked him on maybe 20 minutes left,
yeah, for sure.
But he came on 46th minute after we just made a change, by the way, dragging off was it Endo at half time?
Endo Solskjaer.
So listen, there's a small chance it can be done. We've now lost 3 games in the Premier League, which is
it's crazy though. When you actually think
it's the draw.
All the injuries we've had, but when you think all the injuries we've had, we lost 3 games. We've lost to Arsenal.
Yeah.
We lost to Spurs. That was a nightmare. I was at that game. Which wasn't a loss. And now Palace. Which...
Why is it London teams?
I don't know, man. We've got Fulham next.
And when West Ham after.
Oh, Liverpool, please, man.
But what you're saying is...
Please.
That for the injuries... So again, this is in the WhatsApp groups that I'm in, this is kind of the feeling this morning. It's like, our luck was going to run out eventually.
Yeah, of course.
Like we've got to this far, right, where we're neck and neck with an Arsenal team that's probably the best team in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
A City team which is finally finding a bit of momentum and is going for it in a big way. I'm just looking at this table thinking, how do we even get there, considering everything we've been through? You know, Luis Diaz's dad getting kidnapped earlier on in the season. All these different things off the pitch and on the pitch that have happened. The number of injuries. And listen, everyone's had injuries.
Yeah.
We're not saying that they haven't. You know, De Bruyne has been out for a long part of the season. Haaland's been out. Yeah. But for us to even be there or thereabouts is crazy. But then when you break down the draws and the losses, you think, right, well, if we take it back, right, because again, we started off the season really well. There's been some really slim kind of victories within that as well. But if we look at the draws, I'm looking at Brighton away. Do you remember that Gravenberch miss, right? Salah scores 2 in that game and saves us. But the Gravenberch miss, I'm looking at 1-1 against Luton, the Nunez miss, the Salah miss in that game, right? I'm looking at the Man City game as well, where we could have probably nicked it towards the end. The Fulham game, 4-3, we were 3-1 down with 10 minutes to go. Sheffield United, we scored in the 94th minute to seal off the game there. There's been so many draws, right, that I look at and I see and I think, it's like these missed chances that they're playing over and over in the back of my head, and I can't move on from how, because this is what's also mad. We've scored one of the most number of goals in Europe, but we're still not clinical enough. Are these? Is this what's happening in your head? Are all these missed chances playing over, and you're thinking, if that one went in, if that one went in, if that one went in, where would we be?
I think the biggest problem for us, if I'm honest, I think more. Obviously, we're missing big chances, but I think conceding so early. There's only so many times you can come
do
back
it every time,
and it becomes. Yesterday we looked desperate, like. We wasn't playing good football. We was just lumping it in. Virgil's gone up top. Alisson's gone up. We look like we're desperate now. Like, come on, we're 1-0 down. We're desperate at Palace. I know there was obviously very, very, very defensively organised.
You give them credit for that.
They did okay. Yeah, well, they did better than okay, so they beat us 1-0.
Yeah.
But they
did very well.
Yeah, they was organised very well defensively. But come on, Liverpool, man. We've got enough talent on the pitch. Trent, McAllister. We can play football. Like, I don't know. I'm frustrated.
I think the frustrating thing is seeing us go behind so often when, like you said yesterday, within the first minute, they're having a shot. And it's like, has Klopp... listen, we know what Klopp can do in terms of, you know, really getting the players up and making sure they're ready for it. But every home game recently, we either concede the first chance or we concede the first goal. And then it's this constant thing of, right, they've scored after 4 minutes, but we've got 90 odd minutes with extra time, etc., to still come back. There's only so many times you can do that before it becomes actually... before that invisibility cloak kind of wears off, and you look at the game and you just think, how and why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do everything the hard way?
It's crazy when you think about, when was the last time we actually battered someone?
When was the last time you watched the game and thought, after 60 minutes we're 4-0 up and you're gone, nothing to worry about?
I can't. The last game,
maybe Prague.
Chelsea, we battered Chelsea in the league.
But even
we're missing penalties in that.
Bro.
Yeah, like we're missing penalties.
Yeah, we did that game. So again, if you're averaging 28, 25 to 30 shots a game, simple maths would tell you, well, let's say 25 of them, let's say you get 11 on target, let's say 5 are saved. You should. And I know it sounds crazy, and I find myself saying this every game now, but we should. And that's the biggest word in football. If, should, it's the biggest word. I'm aware of that. But we should be putting 4 or 5 in every single game. And a lot of games we have. Look, Brentford away, 4-1. Chelsea at home, 4-1. Norwich home, 5-2. Luton, 4-1, 3-0. But there's a lot of 1-0s. There's a lot of scrapes. But
what would you think that, obviously we're not finishing our chances, but what do you think needs to change?
It's a very good question, bro. And if I knew the answer, what needs to change? And again, you can't criticise them too much because we've scored 125 odd goals this season. But is it the calmness? Is it? I mean, I heard someone on Sky yesterday saying Liverpool haven't got an out-and-out goal scorer. But you look at, you know, Diaz's numbers this season around 15. Gakpo's probably got 14. Jota's 14. Salah's 20-something. Nunez is 20-something.
We have goal scorers.
We've got goal scorers, but I can't answer your question, bro. Yeah. Can you answer it?
No.
What needs to change?
No, I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so crazy. I don't want to compare us to anyone else, but like, we're missing big chances. But honestly, I still don't feel we look like scoring. Okay, cool. The Curtis Jones chance yesterday, that was he's ran through. I'm like, it's in. Jota's chance comes across. I'm like, it's in. But like throughout the game, I don't feel like. I don't know. Like every time Arsenal attacked yesterday against Villa in the first half, I thought they were going to put this one back in the net.
I thought they'd win that game.
Yeah, I thought they're going to. It actually
Saka
felt
cutting in.
Yeah,
I thought that's.
But maybe that comes from the lack of confidence in us missing so many chances. Why I don't feel like that. Maybe it is that, and we are looking like we're going to score, but because I know we're not finishing our dinner. I don't know, man.
And that's the stick that the rival fans can beat us with. The fact that we don't finish our dinner. But then, I mean, you look at Haaland. He's missed 30 big chances this season. But they're top of the league because they've got the other players that just stick it in the back of the net in a ruthless manner.
Yeah. They've got other players stepping up. And I feel since Salah's come back from injury, he hasn't looked right at all.
I agree.
At all. And I love Salah to bits. He's one of maybe my favourite Liverpool player of all time. I love Salah. He hasn't looked right at all. And he's scored a penalty here. But he hasn't looked right. And I think it's okay. He's allowed to have a little blip. But the other players have got to step up. Nunes, you got to step up.
I think
Diaz, you got to step up.
Yeah. And listen, we don't want to put the blame on one player.
Nah.
It's just so frustrating knowing.
But I think Nunes has to play every game.
No, 100%.
Yeah, like,
I'm with you.
Yeah,
he starts and almost even dragging him off. I'm not a fan of that just because of what he can do in them last seconds of the game. But it's so frustrating seeing all these missed chances go wide, hit the post, not even hit the post. And you just think, if only they went in, we would be laughing right now. Yeah. And then you look at, and again, we can only blame ourselves. I've said that a million times, but you can't help but think about the handball by Odegaard at Anfield. You can't help think about the Tottenham game.
I was at the Tottenham game.
I know, nightmare. You can't help think about what happened to us. Who was the decision we got?
Newcastle.
The Newcastle one, but the Doku kick on McAllister. Do you know what I mean? All these things. And now they're saying semi-automated offsides from next season. If we had that this season, Diaz's goal stands. Yeah. And I don't want to be that guy. And I don't want you at home to be that guy that goes, yeah, but look at this refereeing error. We blame ourselves, right? Because we're big enough to do that. We can do that.
Of course.
But these key moments.
But it's massive. Like you said, we've only lost 3 games this season. We don't lose the Tottenham game if that happens. If that doesn't happen,
so the Arsenal one, I can write that off. Yeah. They beat us fair and square that day. We were poor.
Very poor.
But Palace at home. Do you know what? Losing at home as a Liverpool fan, we've not lost at home in the league since October 2022, since Leeds. Yeah. Before that, it was the COVID where we lost 6 in a row. No one really watches them that period. But before that, it was 2017 and it was Palace who beat us. So they seem to have... And if I was their manager, Glasner, in the changes, I'd be saying, boys, see what Atlanta did on Thursday? That's what we can do as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And let's be honest, Mateta should have scored. Yeah. Alisson saved. Yeah. They could have scored a couple more.
It could have been another 3-0. Honestly, man. I think I'm being hopeful, man. I am being hopeful, but I think the Atlanta game is massive.
It's a season-defining game.
Yeah, I feel like if we win that Atlanta game, we look leggy out there, we look tired, but I feel like if we win that game, that gives them at least a life. Do you know what? We can actually we can win the Europa, we can win the Premier League. City are going to slip up.
Do you think that?
City are going to slip up.
Honestly, which
they're going to slip
Tottenham?
up. Tottenham's their bogey team, as everyone knows.
It is.
City are going to slip up, but it's up to us. We still got to go to Villa away. We saw Villa just did at Arsenal, and they're going for top 4.
Yeah. So look at this, right? We'll look at City and we'll look at Arsenal. City play Real Madrid on Wednesday. It's 3-3. The tie's in the balance. It's at the Etihad.
Yeah, they win that.
You think they knock out Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Right, so they're in the semi-final. Then, this weekend, again, semi-final City-Chelsea. They win that.
They win that, of course.
But then they go to Brighton.
Sorry to cut you. Let me ask you a question.
Please.
And this is me just being
Ask
hopeful.
me as many questions as you want.
Do you see City doing the treble again?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, allow it.
Me too. But what my question was going to be is, if you said no, is what do you see them not winning?
That's
because they win the FA Cup.
That's listen,
I think they win
United
the Champions
Coventry in the other semi, like,
and
Lex is gonna hold that again.
United or Coventry, they beat both.
Hold tight, Coventry.
Come on, Coventry.
Up the Sky Blues,
please.
But what do I see them not winning? Well, the FA Cup, they're going to take that, so that's done. The Champions League. Let's be honest. The other semi-final, PSG, Borussia, Atleti. Who's the other team still in?
Barca.
Yeah. Over 2 legs and over 1 leg, I think they move aside any of them teams.
I think the Champions League plain sailing for them.
2 in a row.
I think they win the Champions League.
All of a sudden, they're catching up with United. They're 1 away from United if they win. And then they've already done a third of what we've done in 2 years.
It's crazy.
I mean, listen, they have cheated 115 times.
115.
And we'll wait for that to come out.
We will.
But I'm looking at the games, right? They got Chelsea in the Cup. Brighton away.
That's a big game.
Thursday night, 8 o'clock.
That's a big game.
We will be there. Right,
we will be there.
Probably be 2-1, but that's a slip up opportunity. They go away to Forest Sunday 4:30.
That's a hard game.
There last year, I think they drew 1-1 there last year.
That's a hard game.
We only sneaked it. Wolves at home 5:30 kickoff. Listen,
they win
Wolves, you never know what Wolves can turn up.
I think they win that. Yeah.
Fulham away.
That's a hard game.
It's a tough game, but they win it. Now this is the one for me. It's Tottenham away. Now, 8 o'clock kickoff, 14th of May, and then it's West Ham at home on the last day of the season, which I think at that point, I think whatever the situation is, City win that game. But West Ham are fighting a little bit, because if you look at them, they're in 8th. If they win a couple games, they're 2 points behind United. They could maybe sneak into a conference place. I think that's what they're aiming for. We've got to go there as well.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at their fixtures, there's maybe an asterisk over the Brighton away game. And maybe that Spurs away game as well. And Arsenal, listen, we can look at Arsenal because, again, they're running. They've got Tottenham, I believe, in 2 weeks in the league.
They got Chelsea.
Yes, so they've got Bayern, which I actually think Bayern are going to... I think Bayern knock them out.
Yeah, Bayern are through. Bayern are through.
Through?
Yeah, they're through.
Like that. All right.
You see Arsenal, one thing about Arsenal, and I like Arsenal. I think
Liverpool fans respect Arsenal.
They play good football.
Yeah.
It's nice in the air. Like, if you're a football man and you like football and you like watching football, then that's in the air. But once Arsenal do what they did yesterday, that's it for Arsenal.
Are you thinking
they lose it all? Yeah,
that's the turning point.
Yeah,
from here on in
that was they had it all in their hands.
Like Robbie said.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
We had it all in our hands. Got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, Robbie.
Netherlands.
Listen, man. They had it all in their hands, man. And they really, really, really threw it away yesterday. I think they threw it all away. Do you think they're going to go to Germany confident? Definitely not.
Oh, listen, Leverkusen, shout out to Xabi Alonso.
Yes.
Right, first league ever for Leverkusen.
Wow.
You know what? That's a round of applause.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's a bit of a bitter one because he's obviously, doesn't want to come to us. But round of applause to him. But how does that affect Bayern's mentality going into this? I think Koeman got injured at the weekend as well. I think they've got enough to score 2 at home against Arsenal. But then Arsenal go away to Wolves. Now, bro, they could slip up there. 7:30 kickoff. Yeah. Cunha on fire at the minute. Yeah. And then they go at home to Chelsea. See, this is the period.
That's a difficult game.
I think you're right. I think this is where Kanye West comes in and things it all falls down. Because Chelsea at home and Tottenham away. Listen, Tottenham don't play until this game. So they'll have 2 weeks to get this 4-0 out of their system and really go for it. There's no excuse for... If Tottenham lose that game, and they shouldn't be at home, they rarely lose at home. I think last season they did, but Andrew will have no excuses if Tottenham don't come away from that game.
And you got to remember, Tottenham, they're still going for top 4.
Yeah.
Obviously, Villa won yesterday, but I think Tottenham still got a game in hand, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going for top 4, and their biggest rivals are coming to them.
Yeah.
That makes Tottenham's season. If they end Arsenal's title hopes, that's better than them getting Champions League.
That's like how Everton would act against us if they stopped us. That's the bitter rivalry.
So Spurs, please, I will be supporting that day. Hyun-min, please
rise.
Please rise, man.
You've been dead all season. Rise up.
Rise up, please.
Yeah. And then it's Bournemouth at home. I think they struggled against them last season. Was that when Reece Nelson scored the last minute winner? And then it's United away. Now, I don't care how shit United are, because they are. And we'll talk about Flex in a minute and how shit they are. But I don't care who you are, however big you are. If you go there and win, that's a massive turning point.
But let me tell you the mentality of Man United. Criminals.
They are.
They don't want Arsenal to win that.
Yeah. That's how shameless they are, bro.
Criminals.
It's I've never seen a fan base
worst football club ever.
More embarrassing this season than United. I've seen them. They want City to win. They're desperate. They're simps.
Flex said to me,
don't get me started.
And I'm sure he said it live on air. And if he didn't, he said it behind the scenes. I'm telling you guys live on air. Flex said to me, he wants Arsenal to win the Premier League.
Yeah, he said that enough time.
I said,
it's horrible.
Arsenal to win the Premier League. You shouldn't want no one to win.
Yeah. Especially big Man United.
Your three biggest rivals are going for the Premier League. That ain't our fault that you lot shit. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. You should say, the title races. I don't care who wins it. Whoever wins it, wins it. He said, I want Arsenal to win it. He's cheering on Arsenal.
Chest as well.
So imagine how many Man United fans feel like that. Imagine your Man United players. I see Rashford say he hates Liverpool. Liverpool are his biggest rivals. If we're in pole position to win the title, Man United give that game up.
Well, Rashford's his own biggest rival, man. He's sometimes I don't know what's going through his head. And then they play Everton at home. So, listen, I'm going to ask you again, is it all over? Or is there a glimpse where you look at everyone's running and you think, is there an opportunity there? There's an opportunity there? Because I'll be honest, I'll give my opinion now and I want your detailed answer after. I think it's done. And that's me being a realist, someone that's seen this situation play out in front of my own eyes over the last few years. I've been at the Wolves games at home where, as I said before, I've seen someone lie and say Villa are 3-0 up. We go up and obviously the same thing happens, which is inevitably City win the league. But I just think a team that misses as many chances as we do, a team that doesn't keep as many clean sheets as we do, I don't think goes on to win the league. But as you said, there is still definitely going to be a couple twists and turns. We've got a month to go. Anything can, and I'm not saying I don't want us to win. Of course I want us to win, right? But I think it's done.
I think we win the Premier League. And you're going to call me crazy. I think we win the Premier League. And do you know why I think we win the Premier League? When I come in here deflated and I thought it was done.
Pumped yourself back up.
Yeah, as I've sat here at this table and we've looked through these fixtures and I've thought about it and I've been saying it all week. We're trying to make the documentary entertaining. If we had just won yesterday and beat Palace, same. Same.
I don't mind the boring doc.
I don't care about the doc. But I feel like, imagine that Klopp turns it around in Europe.
I'm trying to. Right, let me try and imagine this. Trying to see.
Arsenal are.
And Liverpool won 5-1 away. They're through to. Okay, I've imagined that now.
Then we're going 2-0 at Fulham, Craven Cottage. I've been there. The seats are awful, terrible.
Yeah, neutral standard.
Yeah.
All right. Nunez and Diaz. Yeah, I can see that. 2-0. Yeah? So now I'm thinking, hang on.
Everton, 4-0.
Nah.
Yeah. 4-0.
You're moving mad right now.
And then we're going to be like, 4-0 at Goodison. I can see it. I can see it.
Down potentially.
I can see it.
Here's one. Would you like to see Everton go down?
Oh, goodbye.
See, I'm with you.
Yeah, just
listen.
I know
we both got Scouse families. We've both
yeah.
got families who there might be a couple blues knocking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Doyle comes on. He's like, "Nah, me brothers are blue lads. I want to see them go down." Even if we don't win the league, if we get an opportunity to put them in the bottom three,
get them out of here, man. Please, man.
Out of here.
Just get them out of here, man.
For at least 1 year.
Yeah.
At least 1 year.
Just get them out of here, man.
Hang on then. So 4-0. Right. You're really testing my imagination here, bro. I'm not lying to you. So right. Let me go 2-0 because I can't see 4s.
4-0.
All right. Let's agree at 3. What happens at West Ham away?
It sounds crazy. I think that's going to be us on the edge of the seat. I think that's going to be us like,
I'm at that game.
3-2.
Oh, a little classic.
Yeah, I think 3-2. I think.
Okay, I can imagine that.
Yeah, I think Szoboszlai hits a screamer, wins us the game, 87th
What's
minute.
the celebration saying though? Because at this point, We might still be third.
I don't know. Something.
Just
I don't know. Something.
Believe. So it's a believe one. Right, and then it's Tottenham, May the 5th, 4:30, Sunday. You know everyone's eyes are on that Sunday kickoff, 4:30. What do you see? I mean, this is like Youngen's. You're like Mystic Meg right now. So come on, I'm trying to imagine. I'm doing my best. I'm sticking with you.
All right.
What have we got?
I think we concede against Spurs.
No. And you know and it's Richarlison that scores. Because I was there last season when.
Or Werner. I can imagine it being Werner because he's gonna burn.
But they don't want him to stay either.
They don't. He's awful.
He's dead.
But I think we win that game 4 or 5-1.
Where are all these goals coming from, Yungen?
Because we ain't been scoring them.
So
and it's got to come. It's got to come. 4 or 5-1.
Right. So at this point, we've won 5 in a row, and we're thinking, hang on, it's still on.
Yeah.
Villa away.
Okay. Now this is where you're either going to call me crazy, or you're on the journey with me.
I'm trying as much as I can at this point to be on this journey, bro. But go hit it. Because remember, Monday night, 8 o'clock. This one.
87th minute. Are you with me?
Right. I'm trying to see it. Yeah. 87.
Joey G.
Nah, you're crazy.
87.
You're crazy. I'm sorry, bro. That's the one that's tipped me over the edge. I'm sorry. Listen, I love that you're a Liverpool fan. I've loved your music for 10 years.
Man.
But right now, sitting next to you, I think I might have to call you crazy because, bro.
It's written. Joey G's
by
been
who?
hitting balloons all season.
Written by Stevie Wonder, mate.
Joey G's been hitting balloons all season. See Joe Gomez, I'll be honest, man.
Love
the guy.
Love the kid.
Love the guy.
Longest serving player for us.
Love the guy. And sometimes I get so frustrated with him. Sometimes I'm like, Joe, this is the Joe we know. I think it's written. Klopp said he's going to give Joe's wife some money. And that's the day Klopp pays up. He pays up in Premier League prize money.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I've tried my hardest, bro. I really have. And I'm a positive guy. But Joey G winner at Villa away. Knee slide to the fans. I'm trying to. I'm really, I'm using the depths of my imagination now. Listen. Because I see the 3 shots he had at Atlanta in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you are a person in the Kop, that tells Joe Gomez to shoot when he's 40 yards out, ball under his feet with 15 man in front of him.
I don't want to see him shoot until this
That's
day.
you. You're that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to see him shoot until this day. Because I can see it written. 87th minute.
What, 1-0?
1-0. And then we got
What is it though? What kind of goal? Because I can't even tell you what. Because I've never seen him score. I can't say flick on. I can't say pass in the far corner.
I have no idea. I think it's a screamer.
And goes in.
Yeah, I think it's a screamer.
It's a screamer, he says.
I think it's a screamer.
Right. So again, you're crazy, but last game of the season, right? I'm gonna be there. Hopefully, you're there.
Yeah.
19th of May. Everyone kicks off at the same time on this day.
Yeah.
What happens there? Don't tell me Joey G again.
No, not Joey G. I think Mo Salah. I think it's a 2-1. I think Mo signs out. With a classic. No. I mean, signs out the season. Signs out the season with
last Liverpool goal.
Yeah. No, signs out the season with a classic. 2-1. And I think. But like I said,
mad, bro.
I think it depends on us. And no, at Liverpool, we're probably going to draw against Fulham with the week.
So all that imagination.
I gotta believe, man. Believe.
I'm with you, bro, and I really want to back myself and believe. But that's how Yungen plays out the rest of the season. Let us know if he's a genius. There's a few options here. A is genius, yeah. And we should all, when we do win all these games, we run to him and tell him how much of a genius he is. He never has to buy a drink again in Liverpool.
Oh, I hope not.
He's Messiah. He's the God, yeah. But there's B, which is. I can see the comments already, bro.
I'm a psycho.
You've lost it.
Yeah.
Go back to music.
Yeah.
All that. I can see the comments.
I'll take it. But at the end of the season, when we're all celebrating, at the end of the season, they're gonna be like, Yungen, my guy.
I think if we're celebrating at the end of the season, I think you'll be in Jamaica.
Yeah, I will. So, depending though.
Where in Jamaica are you going as well?
So I got family in Jamaica. So I have a family home in Jamaica.
Beautiful.
So that's in a place called Manchester.
Oof.
So I'm going to be
If
there.
only it wasn't called that place.
I know. The only Manchester we do like. So yeah, I'm going to be over there.
Beautiful. I was in like Kingston. My girlfriend is Jamaican, so I was staying in Maypen, Clarendon.
Nice. Yeah, so that's near.
Beach.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was moving, I was active.
Yeah. No, you've been Jamaica. You've been Jamaica.
Laurie and all that, who are Jamaican here. Yeah. I was like, bet you stayed in the resort.
Yeah.
Bro, I was out there.
No, Clarendon. That's where my granddad's from.
Racetrack Avenue. I was there, bro.
Yeah,
Hellshire Beach, Maypen.
You enjoy yourself?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. The only part I didn't love, and everyone in the chat knows this, I got a horrendous ear infection in Ochi.
Oh, wow.
So we had an Airbnb in Ochi. Beautiful, bro. And I'd been like either in Lucius's house, which is in Maypen. I hadn't stayed in a resort, but because my ear infection was so bad, the doctor said I couldn't fly, so we had to book into Moon Palace.
Moon Palace, yeah.
So I was there. I love it there. I can't lie, but because I couldn't drink, I couldn't really enjoy myself. It was all inclusive. My missus, I'm on the tramadol trying to get rid of my ear infection, and she's down in the pool. Pina coladas and that. It's crazy. But listen, man.
Oh, man.
Hopefully Yungen is right. Let's just quickly talk about what you're up to. Again, you know, massive fan of you, bro. I've been listening to you way back from the Rihanna t-shirt days.
Oh, come on, classic.
Yeah, I was in Zante that year with that t-shirt.
Come on, my guy. Come on, my guy.
Obviously, shout out to Jamal Edwards, man. That's a close friend that we lost. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the music, the plaques, the big number one hits. Man. Where do we stand with music, and then where do you also stand with being in this world? Because I'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, of course.
What's the kind of...
Do you know what?
the past, the present and the future for Yungen?
Yeah, so obviously everyone, if you do know who I am, you know who I am through music. I'm very much still a musician, firstly, before anything. But I got in a space, like I've been doing music for nearly 15 years now.
Wow. Just a long stretch.
Yeah, a long time I've been doing music. But I got into a place with just like being successful and doing well and going and doing all these interviews, especially when you're actually flying and you're doing well. You
were everywhere.
Yeah, but
there was nowhere you were.
But one thing I realized is that you end up doing a lot of things that you don't actually like and enjoy, and I started getting into a space where like what I started doing music for and what I love music for and what I enjoy doing music for, I started to not enjoy. And I said, do you know what? I only want to do what I genuinely love. Let's talk about football. And that's why I ended up coming to this space about 3 or 4 years ago. I've done a few things for Saturday Social, Sky Sports and stuff like that, and I was like, these are the stuff I want to do.
And I've seen you on the billboards all over, New Balance, with the club.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, bro.
And even like, and a lot of, it's so crazy, so when I did the New Balance shoot for Liverpool, a lot of people was like, I got quite a bit of stick for that. Right.
Because you were on every billboard.
Yeah, exactly. And people are like, you just come and get paid, and you're a plastic scout, so you're from London. I didn't even get paid for the New Balance shoot. I did that out of love.
Really?
Yeah, I did that out of love. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Wow.
So when they were negotiating, I said, forget that.
Wow.
I'm a proud Liverpool fan.
I rate that,
Yeah.
Like I said, bro, every billboard free, man. I saw you was there.
Yeah, I done it for free, man. It was out of love, and I got to meet Mane through that. Sit down with Mane. And yeah, man, it was built a relationship with Sadio Mane through that, and it was amazing, man. And this experience, like, they're the little things that music has put me in place to do. And yeah, so I'm in a space now. I just want to do what I want and what I love. I was signed to a major record label for 7 years, and I was signed for 7 years, and then a couple of years ago I come out my deal, and I said I wanted to come out my deal, get back to enjoying making music and doing what I love and having no pressure of releasing all the time. And yeah, I'm here and I'm about to release in the next month or so.
Any exclusive? What can you tell us?
Yeah, so I got project finished,
beautiful,
ready. I got 3 videos shot already. I'm prepared. I'm coming back prepared, man.
You are prepared. Sounds it.
But I think that's not the only project I'm gonna drop this year. I think I'm gonna go to 2 or 3.
All right.
Definitely gonna go for 2 or 3. Yeah, man. I think
being spoiled.
It's been a long time. So, and I think obviously me being here so long, I'm not new. So obviously a lot of new kids come through, and sometimes, like, when you've been here for so long, it's not as exciting. So I wanted to really go away, work, make some great music and come back and deliver.
In terms of a bars man, in terms of out and out lyricism, metaphors, double entendres, wordplay, in terms of your stretch, bro, you've been out here the longest. So,
love, bro.
As I said, man, beautiful to have you on the channel today.
Love, bro.
Beautiful to see, in the space, really representing Liverpool in a great way.
Yeah.
Just before we go, obviously a very special day in the history of Liverpool Football Club and the city of Liverpool. Today is the 25th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, which still, to this day, affects everyone involved. Whether you're at the game as a Forest fan or whether you're at the game as a Liverpool fan. It's 96 people that died on the day, but we call it the 97 because only 3 years ago a poor man took his own life because of the guilt he felt that he gave his ticket to a friend that day who died. And look, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it now. It's a day in our calendar that will forever be there. And the 97 will never be forgotten. It was a beautiful tribute yesterday.
It was.
And this is the kind of day where, bro, whatever happens in terms of the football on the pitch is what happens. But this day, it gives me chills still because, this day 25 years ago, people were making their way to Nottingham to watch that, to Sheffield, to watch that game at Hillsborough.
Yeah.
And 96 of them never came back.
Yeah. It's a deep one for me. Obviously I grew up, my mum obviously being from Liverpool, my mum being a Scouser, my brother living in Liverpool being a Scouser. It's a massive, massive thing, obviously, to Liverpool fans, anyone from the city. And I've grown up seeing that on a deeper level, so it's touching, man. It's
very touching. And listen, all of our thoughts are with the 97. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you, man. We were about to wrap it up. But someone's just walked into the studio who I'm guessing isn't here to say hello or anything like that. It is the Don, Mr. Robbie.
What's happening,
He's
sir?
behind the camera right now. Listen, we're both in the mud, man. We're both. Are you mudded just like we are? How are you?
I'm not good. You know what, right? After your game yesterday,
oh God.
I was good, but I've been in this game long enough to know that, no celebrating or nothing yet until our game.
Yeah.
And basically, the two of us just handed it to City. But it's not over yet.
It's not.
So this is what he's saying as well.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not over
I don't know if he's a genius or if he's dealing with copium right now, but he's saying we go on and win the league. Still.
I don't know about that. Right? But all I say is not. Listen, the thing is that I think if they were 3 points above, but they're 2 points above, that means you still got,
any slip up.
There's still a margin. They could draw a game, you win a game, you're still back on top. So.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's City.
not according to Yungen, man. Listen, it's been a beautiful debut on the Kop TV. My God.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Thanks so much for coming in here to the Kop TV studios. I've got to go and face the music now on DR Sports.
Good luck.
Our favourite Flex is going to be there.
Yeah, make sure don't.
What should I say to Flex?
Show him the table, bro.
Yeah, but he's that deluded. He doesn't care about the table. As long as we're bottling it, he's happy. That's how bitter and twisted this Flex is. He'll say the same on Sky, Talk Sport, 5, all these platforms that he's on.
It's crazy,
he's
man.
He's a troll.
He's a troll.
Full-on troll.
But
and
listen,
he's going to be watching this game.
This is all he's got, though.
It's all he's got. So that's all he's got.
Just show him the table, man.
Show him the table. Right, enough of the table. I'm getting depressed of looking at it myself, to be honest. This has been episode 109 of Hot Kopics. Massive achievement for the channel for us to have Yungen on. And once more, thoughts going out to everyone who lost their lives at Hillsborough 25 years ago today. We're still coming to terms with dealing with the lack of justice when it comes to that topic, but we're still fighting, and we're still fighting for the league. We're still fighting for Europe as well. So stay with us. Call us deluded, call us what you want. But this is the Hot Kopics podcast on the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. We'll see you on Thursday. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out the rest of the channel too. There's other stuff you'll enjoy for sure.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.
Come on.